Countryside life in China. Wouldn't you want to know what that's about? Well, that's what we're about to find out in this video. We've all seen pictures of China and its vast and massive population centres. These are all heavily crowded cities with people seemingly flowing around like rivers at times. Yet 51% of the population in China isn't actually in the fast lane. They're taking time and living in a slower paced life in the countryside instead. So what's that like then? It's not easy. Let's take a look. Life in the countryside, while simple, is still heavily struck by poverty in many areas. Farming is a major source of both income and sustenance. Families might have ancient plots of land that their ancestors have been farming for the last 100 years or so. They'll sustain themselves with their own rice plots and small other work to feed their chickens and other small animals. Fishing is another source of protein-rich food that they focus on. You can go to some villages and see a few or no cars at all actually. This is also included in some areas where you would have been able to get a car to, so motorbikes or just plain bicycles are a luxury there. Electricity is another thing that people have access to, but very few people have the resources to buy the things like a washing machine or other heavily electric using appliances. Other things that people have less access to is obviously education. Schools are usually underfunded. It leads to families sacrificing to allow their kids to go into larger towns to finish school, and even larger sacrifices to get into university. The income of the people here are typically a little less than a third of what is made in the city. It's pretty common nowadays for younger kids to go work in the cities to save and find work and then send some money home to their families. So this is a situation where the parents might take care of paying for their kids' university while expecting the kid to return the favour later on in life with their city job and finances and all of that. As well as moving into the cities, many of the working age men will be the ones to move there or to the coast as well. So it falls on the women here or the elderly to perform agricultural work. These men will return home for the birth of their children and stay a few weeks before leaving again as migrant workers to provide for their families. This here, you can imagine, is not an optimal situation, but it's all too common in a place where urban growth pulls people there for financial survival. Life in the slow lane can be very tough though. While the pressure of the city life and working schedule might be higher, the everyday work needing done doesn't lend much free time or relaxation either. There's something said from those in the countryside though. They can appreciate life in a very simple way. That's what they're able to appreciate. They can also appreciate the small things as well. Wonderful. Thank you very much for watching as always. And if you have any of your own thoughts, please share that with us and I'll be very happy to hear what you have to say, either that you've been in China countryside, you've experienced this on your own, or that you've just heard of it as well. Let us know your story, please share it. And if you haven't, please subscribe as well. I'm Felix and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.